Yeah. Today we need to use graph sheet. Yes, all of you will get graph sheet. Okay, be quick. Angel, Malavika, turn on the video, students. You have to start. Can you see the screen, all of you? Is it being shared? Okay, so we'll continue. Keep your textbook open. Notes, everything closed. Keep your textbook and class notes. Close your school notes. Okay, quick revision on yesterday's topic. If they give you a question like this, reflection in x-axis, then which one you have to take 0? If y is 0, which value will change? Yes, y sign will change. So remember this order. X-axis, y is 0, y sign changes. Reflection in y-axis, x is equal to 0, x sign changes. If it is origin, then yes, both sign changes. Okay, I think all of you were present as to if you were absent, you have to go through the recording, students. Malavika, were you there yesterday? Okay. How many questions we completed? 5, right? Okay, anything cancelled? Anything cancelled here? Everything is there. Okay. Look at the sixth one. Your point P, students. No value is not given. Is first reflected where? Reflected in the origin. If it reflects in the origin, what's the answer you get? What's the answer? Minus a comma minus b. Reflection in the origin. And then reflected where? Reflected in which axis? Y axis. If it's reflected in y axis, x is equal to 0. Then which sign will change, students? All of you will respond. Which sign will change? How come y sign? Just now we told you if x is 0, x sign will change. You all are not concentrating giving wrong answer. In y-axis, which one will change? X is 0 and if it is 0, x will change, right? So first P was A and B. In origin, it became minus A and minus B. Fine. Next, what is the name given? In y-axis, what is the reflection name given? P dash. Okay. With respect to this, give me the answer. X sign will change. Minus A becomes minus B remains as it is. Fine. Next, if P dash has coordinates 4 and 6, what's the actual value of this? 4 and find the value of A and B. What is A value? Compare it. Minus B is how much? 6. B cannot be negative. Minus goes to the other side. B is equal to minus 6. Did you understand this? Yeah, send me. What is the format? Okay, can you just tell me for this question what statement should go? Alright, do you have the notes with you? You have the notes with you. Can you send a pic? Just send a pic. I'll check. Okay, I just explained, students. Look here, I'll tell you how to write it. All of you look at the screen. Stop writing. Look at the screen. First point, P is A and B. What is the statement given? P is reflected in which one? Origin, right? So write reflection in origin. Okay. Write reflection in origin and don't assign any value. Keep P as it is. What will be the answer? What's the answer? Sign will change. Then okay, send me the seventh. Send it later, Ruth. Send it later. First concentrate here. Look here. Write it like this, student. Reflection in origin. Therefore, P is equal to minus A minus B. Next, what is given? This point is reflected in which one? Reflection in y-axis. If it's reflection in y-axis, put comma, x is equal to 0, right? Okay, so that is not required. You can just write reflection in y-axis. For your reference, you can write it in working column. If reflection is y-axis, x will be 0. Which sign will change? All of you will respond. Which sign changes? Sign of x change. And what's the name given here? What's p dash, not p. P dash, right? Therefore, p dash is equal to, what's the answer? Sign of x changes. In place of x, what's the alphabet? It becomes a and minus b. This is how we have to write step by step. Next, if p dash has coordinate 4 comma 6, write coordinate of, this is how you have to write coordinate of p dash. Therefore, compare the values. Yes, write it like this, students. Write it neatly. Understood? Is this clear? Okay. This is how you have to actually write it. But there are some short tricks your teacher has explained. Okay, I'll write. First, complete this. Done? All of you will complete it? Okay, now look here. I'll tell you how to write without this, students. Reflection. P of AB. Put an arrow. See, convert this. Reflection in origin. Right? RO. R stands for reflection. O stands for origin. Once it reflects in origin, what's the answer you get? Minus A comma minus B. Next, reflection in which one? Y-axis. But in board exam, you shouldn't write like this, students. RO and all those things is not good. Maybe for class test, if you want, you write it. Next, reflection in y-axis, RY. Fine. If you want, you'll write it, but you shouldn't write RO, RY, students. This is the actual reflection. Okay. If they're giving marks, you can write like this. RY is, yeah, yes, like this. See, the way I've written, you all can follow. Okay. And this step, look at this one. After reflection y-axis, what is the value changed? What's the answer you get? P dash. Is this clear? So this entire three step, they've written it like this. Then this final step, write it as completed. Shall we do the next one? So I've taught both the methods. I mean, not methods, it's the same. The way you write is different, students. So according to your teachers, you'll write it. Next one, seventh. Stop writing. Look at the screen, seventh one. A point A is reflected. First take the point. Is reflected in which axis? If it is reflected in x-axis, which one will be 0? And which value will change? Y value will change, right? Okay, so write reflection in x-axis meaning r of x. And what is the name given to that point? A dash. If it's reflection in x-axis, I told y will be 0, y value will change. So what's the answer, students? Minus 3 as it is, 2 become minus 2. Next, this point A is then reflected in which one? Origin. In origin, and what's the name given to that point? Yes. What happens in origin? Both the values will minus 3 minus 2 becomes 3 comma 2. What's the first answer? A double dash is 3 comma 2. Second one. Write down a single transformation that maps A onto A double dash. Write down a single transformation. Till here is it clear? Okay. So what they've asked is single transformation meaning is single reflection, students. Single reflection. So what do you mean by single reflection? Look, this was the starting value, and what they've asked maps. Look, will respond A onto which one? A double dash. So from if you want to move from A to A double dash, how many reflections have taken place here? Total 2. But what they've given according to the second question, they don't need 2, they just need single value. So from this and this, compare this. Which one remains same and which is changed? No, no. First tell me which one remains same. Don't tell A and B, students. Tell X and Y. Which one remains same? Y remains same, right? X is changed. Whichever changes, what we usually take. 0. If X is 0, then the reflection will be in which axis? Y axis. So what's the answer? Answer is Y axis. So those who didn't understand, I'll repeat again. Single reflection. Okay, I'll repeat again. Write down a single, sorry, not reflection, single transformation, students. So single transformation from which one to which one? From A to A double dash. Let me take A value minus 3 comma 2. And what is A double dash? 3 comma 2. Now just go in reverse order. If you compare both, which values change? X or Y? I want all to remember. Answer. X is changed, right? Okay, what did I tell you? When will the value change, students? Only if it is 0, it will change, right? Only if X is 0. If X is 0, then where is reflection taking place? Which is the other axis? Yes. So you have to, therefore, reflection in which axis? Reflection in Y axis. This is how you have to write. Reflection in Y axis or reflection through Y axis. It's the same. And the meaning here of maps is plotting. Okay, a kind of reflection. The other meaning for map is reflection. Be quick, we have to do the next one. Completed? Okay, next one. You all try the eighth one, students. What is given eighth one? A triangle ABC. A value is 2 comma 6, B is 3 comma 5, and C is 4 comma 7. Is reflected in the y-axis, right? All of you will respond. Reflected in which axis? So you can just put an arrow here, write R of y. If it is reflected in y-axis, what's the name given for the triangle? A dash R of y, R of y. B dash C dash. Okay, now respond. For your reference, if you want, you can write it in brackets, students. If it is reflected in y-axis, which one will be 0? For all three, x is 0, right? Yes, for all three, x is 0. Which value will change? If x is 0, x only will change, right? Minus 4 comma 7. See, concentrate. If you're busy with phone or not listening, so I'm not responsible. I can't teach again, students. We do have very less time. Just dedicate 1 hour, concentrate, solve, and leave. That's it. Okay. So don't get distracted using your phone. Look at the next one. This is the answer. Next, triangle A dash B dash is reflected into which one? All of you will respond. Origin. Okay, so what's the name given? A double dashes and B double dashes minus 3 minus 5. C double dash is how much? 4 comma minus 7. Okay, what's the first answer, students? Write down the coordinates of C. So this is the answer. We got the answer. Check the answer in your textbook. Is it correct? No. Write down a single transformation that maps one. Now you all find out that single transformation. Don't check from your textbook. I want you all to give me the reason. You all complete it. I'll do it next. Okay. So do the same in exam. Right? Write ry, rx. Okay. Write down a single transformation, student. Now let me erase this. Now write down a single transformation. See, whenever they ask the word single transformation, you have to either mention it as x-axis or y-axis or origin. Okay. That maps triangle ABC onto triangle. So from here, we need directly this. All of you have done this, completed. See, let me erase this part. You all don't erase, students. Keep it as it is, just for explanation. Yeah. Now compare this. Which one has changed? No, no, no. First tell me step by step. See, if you'll do step by step, it is helpful for plotting graph. Which one has changed here? Y is changed. When does Y change? When Y is equal to 0. Whichever is 0 only that will change, right? Remember that. If Y is 0, then reflection in. What about this one? Same. Y is changed. Therefore Y is 0. Even here Y is 0. So the entire thing, where is the reflection, students? Reflection is in x-axis. So the reason I'm asking this one is because it is helpful while plotting the graph. So remember, whichever changes, that axis will be 0, or whichever is 0, only that value will change. Remember both left hand side and right hand side concept. So whichever changes, sign change. Okay, that coordinate will be, that value alphabet will be 0. Therefore reflection in x-axis. Okay, if x is 0, x value will change. Again, reflection in x-axis. I mean y-axis. Fine. So the answer for the second one is, I will tell you how to write. See, these are the basics. Okay, till the 8th question you'll just get it for MCQ. 9th onwards is your board exam questions. What's the answer at all? Reflection through y is changing x-axis. Attempt this question on a graph sheet with reflection a dash geometrical figure. Shall we do the next one? Graph question. Okay, any one of you will send graph students. Just send one graph. It's the same graph for all, right? The green one, green or blue one. Okay, just send the graph according to that. I'll explain what is this 2 centimeter 1 unit. Units are important. Simple transformation or invariant point under reflection A dash. Memorize the equation for the line L1 L2. Okay, fine. Bhargav has sent it. Bhargav has sent it. Look at your graph sheet. Look, concentrate students. For board exam, you don't get up to 8 questions. That is only for MCQ. Ninth onwards, it is related. And each graph question, you get it for 4 marks. It would either be for 4 or 5. Look here. All of you look at the screen. 2 centimeter is 1. If you use your scale, each box will be 2 centimeters. That's the meaning. This will be 2 centimeter. This will be 2. In the same way, everything is 2 centimeter. Okay. And this, all the flat lines are x-axis. All the straight lines like this, vertical lines. All the yellow lines are x-axis. Okay. All these black ones are y-axis. Fine. So each box is around 2 centimeter. That is what they have meant. Take 2 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. So take the center axis. We usually start from the center. They start drawing the axis, which is the center here. Okay, horizontal, can you count how many boxes are there, students? Vertical, how many boxes are there? Total 13, right? 10. So can you see where I've drawn the middle line after 5, right? 5 vertical line. Just because 13 is there, it doesn't mean you have to take 6.5. Don't take 6.5. Draw after 6. After 6. Don't write those numbers. That is just for explanation. Okay. Take each centimeter as 1 unit. So this is 1, 2, write x. Close the arrow, write x. Put 0 here. All of you will concentrate the first graph. If you understand the first graph, second onwards, everything is easy. This is the basic. Don't write, students. When I'm teaching, don't write. First listen. Is this clear? All of you got to know how to take axis. X dash. See, see one more thing. Write numbers like this. If x-axis, if you're writing on left hand side, write y-axis below and like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it would look neat when you're plotting it. If I write 1, 2, 3, 4 here, okay, observe this. If I write here, see these two are too close, students. They are on the same quadrant. So when you plot the numbers, it would be confusing. Okay, so write each in different quadrant. All of you will draw a line. Why no response? Did you all understand how to write this? Basic, right? Okay, start. Every day, whatever graph I do, you'll have to send it, including the homework. So complete this graph and send it. If not, you'll are just sitting and watching. That's it. You're not trying to solve. Draw this. We'll start solving the question. Yes, Abhi. No, no. Take 2 centimeter as 1 unit. So did she write 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay. But this is the actual meaning, students. Take 2 centimeter is equal to 1 unit. 2 centimeter. Okay, okay. You mean your scale? I'll explain. I'll explain that. What did ma'am write? Scale? No, that is wrong. For ninth question, no, no, that is wrong. How can you take 2 centimeter is equal to 2 units? Then you have to write 2468, right? Okay, fine, students. I'll teach. Okay, I'll tell you how to write the scale. You ask your teacher if they tell wrong. I'll teach their method because later again they'll reduce mark. Okay, fine, Ruth. I'll teach both. I'll teach students. I'll teach you how the exact way you have to do it. If they tell it is wrong, I'll teach. You can do it in their way. But board exam, it is tough, students. You won't get marks if you do it like that. Okay, complete this. Have you written this? Now plot the points. What is A value? Because in your teachers, they're too adamant. Teachers, they're whatever they teach, whatever they do in that step, if you do, they'll give marks. If not, simply if they reduce marks. Look at A, students. What is A? Plot the points. Which quadrant? Both are positive. Yes, 3 comma 2. Okay, next. First plot, then you can write it. What about B? 5 comma 4. So this is B, this is A. Okay, now stop writing, students. Stop writing. Look at the screen. So total, if this question is for 5 marks, for drawing the axis and plotting this, you'll get 1. Next, reflect A and B in which axis? X axis. Which means, where is the mirror? Mirror is placed where? On the X axis. You have to read it like this. Reflection, just ignore. Read this. Reflection in X axis. What do you mean by reflection X axis? Y axis will be 0. So which value will change? Y will change, right? So A will become what? What is A dash? 3 comma. And what about B? Okay, let me plot. 3 comma minus 2 is here. 5 comma minus 4 is here. Understood? So basic is same, students. That is what I taught yesterday. Nothing is going to change. Write this in the working column. I mean this logic which I told. If reflection is in x-axis, y will be 0. Write this point, write the answer. Okay, I think the meeting might end. Okay, be quick and write. Yeah, write it. Write all the values. You all complete and send it to me after the class. And this is B dash. What is mentioned? Reflect in the x-axis, also plot the same graph. Okay, write down the geometrical name of the figure. You have to connect the points. A, B. I'll connect A and B. Yes, A, B. And from B, where is it going, students? After B, what's the alphabet written? So whatever they tell, in the same order you have to write. Look here, A, B. After B, we have B dash. Like this. Okay. Those who don't know about the figures, names, I'll explain tomorrow. This is a trapezium. These two sides are equal. In a trapezium, if any two sides are equal, we call isosceles trapezium. Okay, just ignore that. I'll teach tomorrow. It is getting late. No, no. For 10th standard board exam, you have to be specific growth. You can't write quadrilateral. Okay. Because when you talk about quadrilateral, what are the different types we have? Hmm. No, no, that is different. That is polygon. There's one more thing left. Okay. What's the time? So I think the meeting might end. We'll continue tomorrow. You understood the graph part, right? Okay. All this I'll explain tomorrow, students. Okay. So it's time. Attend tomorrow. We'll continue. Fine. So that's it for today. You all can leave.